Welcome to the MarcWes Sports Podcast.
Record. Yeah. So y'all done missed the first few minutes. Welcome back to the MarcWes Sports Podcast. We done just had a little heated debate. We was not supposed to be recording this.
Craziness
But
that's going on in this world.
What I'm saying is I agree with you, Marcus. But what you keep saying is, oh, it's this guy. And I could agree or I could disagree. Okay, cool, no problem. And my whole argument before was like, who are you to blame when he's gone and the same shit is happening? What you stated is, wait, I gotta explain it because you feel me? You're saying that they shouldn't protest if because you're black and you know what's gonna happen. You're not gonna get treated the same way. Most likely, me and you gonna die if we go protest for the same way the motherfucking white people be doing. Cool, no problem. I hear you. I understand that. We both agree with that, but that's not my argument. The argument is, yes, I don't know how many days he got left. He got like maybe like four to a week, something like that. Okay, cool, no problem. The argument was like, damn, when shit keep happening the same way it was happening when this motherfucker was in office, you feel me? If you like him or if you don't like him, you need to continue the same energy you had when this motherfucker was in office. With the new person that is in office, if the same thing is happening, you're saying, nah, Wes, I'm not gonna do that because I know I'm black. And if I go ahead and go protest and do that, they're gonna kill me, which I agree. And I'm telling you, like, yo, we're not gonna, me and you personally probably not even gonna do that 9 out of 10 times. We're gonna be chilling, watching it on TV because we already know shit like that happen all the time and shit don't change. But you're saying, I'm trying to get it to the point where he's gonna be gone. So if the shits keep happening, people that's infuriated because they never seen this happen before. I never seen it happen before. Probably you never seen it happen. We agree on that. But if it keep happening with someone new, you're saying I shouldn't go protest or voice any type of opinion against that person, that whoever is in office. And I'm saying, for me, I can't do that. Now, you could go ahead and, if what I'm saying is completely wrong.
I think you're kind of making up a story, like, because I did not say if something happened. You're speaking in like something that doesn't exist. You're saying basically if something happens again, would like you do this? So who's to say that a president again will go through an entire election and deny the whole thing again? Now, I don't think that's ever going to happen. It's never happened ever. to the point where we're here in January and a president is still denying that the election was legitimate. It's never happened ever, Wes. It's never happened ever.
It's never happened before. They ain't used to have a black. They ain't used to have a black. To the point
where you have to insinuate a crowd and hold a rally to basically encourage people to attack the government building. That's never happened, bro.
All right,
so you're saying if that happens again, bro, Trump is 1 in a million.
Gives you an example.
I've never attacked the government since the 1800s.
Give you an example.
100 years since this has happened. Like, come on, some of the stuff that he has done, said, I've never in my life ever heard a president in this day and age since the 80s, because that's when I was born and that's when I can remember.
All right. I'm gonna ask you a question real quick. Let's just say
never happened ever.
Let's just say, Mick, you're still saying the same point. Like, we both agree on that. Why you keep saying the same thing over and over again? I never seen this happen before. Never in 100 years. Who cares? That's like
who cares?
We agree on that. Why you keep talking about the, like, can we not eat groundhog minute or groundhog every 5 minutes? Meaning, if you're saying something that you already said and we clearly agree on it, there's no need to say it again and again and again and again. Like, I don't understand, because I clearly understand. my thing is, if me and Marcus is having a competition, you feel me? And West won, and Marcus clearly feel like I cheated. He clearly, no matter what anybody say, Marcus has his whatever reasons. Are you gonna go ahead and just say, all right, fuck it, he won? No, you're gonna say he cheated. Now, again, in a big, it don't matter how.
Clearly respond to this in the greatest way possible, especially since I got the U behind me. Of course, we just had a national championship this week with Ohio State, so there was a lot of talk about the Ohio State game in 2002, and I still, to this day, feel like we were robbed of that championship. But you know, and people will say, "Hey, no, Ohio State won the championship," and I'll be like, "No, they didn't win the championship.
Penalty, fucking 20 minutes, 20
have 6
minutes
rings
later."
But you know what the difference is, Wes? Is that we have proof of how they cheated. We can see why they cheated. You can run the tape back and see that there was no reason for him to throw a flag. So you have the proof as to why they cheated. Now, if there wasn't any proof as to why they cheated, yes, I would just accept the loss, just like this dude should just accept the loss and move on, because you don't have no proof that this was fraudulent. You have no proof at all.
I think this motherfucker got proof, but to the point, like, same what you mean.
Why would you have proof and not bring it out?
Because it fucking fucks up the United States and the integrity of the United States. And people can't, if we're the superpower. See, but again, that's my opinion. I can't have my opinion. Like, that's what you're saying.
I can't agree with it.
You don't need to agree with it. It's not for.
I don't have to agree with it.
That's what. See what you just said? I just said it's my opinion. You just said I don't have to agree with it.
No, but you just explained the situation, and I gave you my rebuttal to that. You just said, "Oh, if you played a game and I felt you cheated."
See, but
no, again, if you had proof that you won, then I'ma concede.
All right, give it the same example. They said the motherfucker stole the first election with fucking Russia, right? They went through fucking the FBI investigated him like twice. You feel me? And they found nothing, right? But they still say to this day he fucking cheated. So it's the same fucking shit. What are you saying?
It's the same shit, but Gore conceded like in that same month. Maybe weeks later, Gore conceded to the election. He conceded to it and then moved on. We're in January, bruh. The election happened like 2 months ago, and he still denied that the election was fair.
And we still denied that Ohio State stole a championship from us in 2002. It don't matter what everybody want us to believe.
That's because we have proof. We have proof. We have proof. Trump has none. That's the difference.
Really, man.
Straight up. Well, Trump has none.
Like my whole thing is when it comes down to the proof, like I seen certain proofs, you feel me? But hey, you see how you like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
how could you see? I'm making that face because how could you see certain proofs?
That don't even make any sense when people have their opinion and you over here like fuck your opinion. That's what make people, when you have your opinion, people gonna look at you like fuck your opinion, your shit may be valid. You can't motherfucking, when a nigga giving his opinion and you fucking throwing your nose up like my opinion don't mean shit. Whereas the same thing with your opinion, you want me to agree, but you don't want me.
I don't need you to agree. Just because I make a face doesn't mean I want you to agree, Wes.
Oh, really?
It's just because I disagree.
Okay.
I can't disagree with what you say.
Understandable.
If you have a point that I disagree with, yeah, I might make a face. I might react. Have an emotional reaction. You trying to say that I can't have an opinion. You trying to say I can't have an opinion?
For me, it don't make no sense when it comes to certain shit. If I seen certain shit, you feel me? Because I do my own research, then that's for me. If I give it, like I told you last time when I sent certain shit to my homeboy, right? And he didn't even give it a chance to even, like, y'all niggas around me, y'all know I ain't no dumb nigga. Y'all know that, you feel me, how a nigga move. So at the end of the day, if I'm showing you shit that may change your mind because you didn't do the research, fuck it. Wes did the research. Let me go ahead and see what the fuck it is. This motherfucker didn't even watch the shit. 1 minute later, fake news. But that's what I'm saying. You can't motherfucking just say it's fake if you don't motherfucking look at it, read this shit, and then motherfucking come with your conclusion. If you saying it beforehand, then you're closed-minded. I'm open-minded. I'm open-minded to see like, damn, I don't trust these motherfuckers. I'm pretty sure you don't trust these motherfuckers. The shit that we see on the news, everything that I see on the news, do you really think that I think everything I see on the news is true? No, I don't. And that's the whole point. When I told you before, we definitely need to always disagree because that's the only way that the world is going to move forward. If everybody damn agreed on the same thing, the world will be fucking boring and plain. You know what I'm saying? So again, just the plain fact you got other people, other views, it is what it is. Because trust me, at the end of the day, we all know my life don't change. Like, you're saying, oh, when we were talking about earlier, you was like, oh, I can't go to this bar. Like,
yeah.
Okay, I hear where you're coming from. I hear where you're coming from, and I feel where you're coming from. But me and Chris was like, we would never even think about going to that motherfucker. And that's just us.
I would because my wife, she likes country music, and like legitimately, she likes country music. So yeah, I would think about going to a country western bar before all of this happened. But now, hell no, I'm not taking that risk because people who support Trump think they have liberties or they believe that they can use their liberties now because Trump is their president.
They don't share just the views of Trump. Trump is not a new ideology. However they was thinking, that's been happening in this world, not just the United States. So you can't just be like, all right, Trump got into office, so now people are racist and this, that, and the other. These motherfuckers
people
been here.
Are definitely more outwardly racist now because of Trump.
I don't care.
No doubt about
that. I like a motherfucker with a mask off. You like motherfuckers with mask on, that they racist and they gonna motherfucking pretend like they like you. I like a motherfucker that's racist and out there. And that's the difference. People like shit in the closet, and I like shit right in the open. You feel me? So if a motherfucker don't like me,
I didn't realize
is racist, please be racist all the time so I can know who you are at all times and stay my distance.
I'll give you that. The one thing that Trump did, the one good thing that came out of Trump's candidacy or his tenure is the fact that racist people showed their true ass. And they really came to light. Before, like you said, maybe they was just in the closet, but Trump gave them that will to like, oh, I could be racist all I want. My president is racist, so I'm gonna do the same thing outwardly in the open. You know, I'm gonna wave my Confederate flag that I had in the closet. I'm gonna put a swastika on people's walls. I'm gonna do that now because my president backs me up. And they were not doing that before, at least not as much. But now they feel like they have the license to. And that's why they felt like they had the license to go to the Capitol building and do their thing because their president backs them up.
Them motherfuckers is not gonna go to motherfucking in the hood and do some crazy shit like that. Them niggas could go wherever they want to go and do all that funny shit. Cause at the end of the day, like I say, where I be 90% of the times, and we our circle is small, you know how we move. You feel what I'm saying? But again, I don't see myself at certain places. You feel me? So the likelihood of certain things happening to me because of a race situation, I highly doubt that. And motherfuckers like people that's racist, they gonna prey on the weak. They gonna prey on the motherfuckers that's gonna turn the other cheek. I don't turn the other cheek. They gonna motherfucking deal with people that they feel like they can go ahead and harm, and that person's not gonna do anything. You feel me? Same like when that dude was jogging and he got killed. You feel me? Of course, he was jogging. You feel me? He having some exercise. Of course, he don't got no fire on him. He was not gonna run up on a car with tents while you in this neighborhood. You don't know who's in the car. You don't know if it's gun in the car. But again, at the end of the day, it's just like like the animal kingdom. Motherfucking predators definitely not gonna prey on motherfucking another predator. They're gonna prey on the weak. You feel me? And if it's another predator, they're gonna prey on their babies because the babies are smaller. They too small to take care of themselves. But as far as what I'm saying is like, look, we could agree. You feel me? Like at the end of the day, we agree on he made these motherfuckers come out more in the closet, which I don't give a fuck. I could care less. You feel me? Because these motherfuckers been here. You feel me? Don't care. You feel me? As far as when it comes to the him stealing the election the first time, damn, you had the motherfuckers taken to court twice and lost. Did all type of investigations and lost, and they still say he stole it. Cool. So now when this motherfucker say that they stole it, it's like, all right, let's just agree that they motherfucking won it fair and square. He has a fucking point. That's his point. People gonna agree with it, don't agree with it, whatever it is. But again, at the end of the day, you're gonna be like, they had no evidence, and clearly, I just said,
Wes.
Marcus, you're gonna say they had no evidence, and I'm saying, look, the first one they said he stole, they took him to court twice with all the evidence in the world. Our government, this ain't no rinky-dink shit. Our government, twice. The first time you fail, second time you think you're gonna do a better job. Still nothing. So what they tell me? Then it probably was a witch hunt, just like this motherfucker saying. I don't know.
Okay.
So again, our point is,
Democrats should have had their mob storm the government too, right? That's what they should have did. The Democrats, since they felt like they lost the election, they felt like there was rigged, like you were just saying. They should have had a mob storm the government, just like Trump insinuated, right? That's what they should have did, right? That's what the Democrats should have did. You just said the Democrats were saying that they felt like the Republicans stole the election last time, right? So they should have had a mob go to the government and say, fuck the election and kill people, right?
They did it. The Democrats did it smart. Them niggas was motherfucking making his whole campaign a fucking headache. If you know that you got no evidence on him, but I'm gonna keep his ass in court all day. I'm gonna keep talking about this, that, and the other. And then when you finally take him to court, it's some bullshit. You can't find some shit. It's just a waste of fucking taxpayers' money, waste of fucking time, because it clearly showed what he was saying it was a witch hunt. If your ass took him to court twice and they find nothing, it was a witch hunt. But still people gonna say that he stole it. So what the fuck? It is the same damn thing. Again, regardless of the fact, people like me and you are not gonna change this shit. People gonna feel like they wanna feel. People gonna be racist. People gonna feel like he stole it. People gonna feel like they didn't steal it. Shit is still happening. It doesn't matter. But clearly, what I was saying to you earlier,
but shit does matter though, because not
it don't matter if it don't change.
Yeah,
it don't matter if it don't
change.
But
you're supporting. You gotta think about it. It's not only adults that's listening to this shit, but kids too. And when kids see that shit, like, hey, like just think about the messages that you are portraying to little kids. Little kids would be like, oh, okay, well, if I lose something, then I'm
with the
gonna say
Capitol building shit. My whole thing is, I don't think everybody that was there was motherfucking there to fucking do harm. The same way with the Black Lives Matter, and you have motherfuckers on breaking shit, and people clearly were stopping them. Like, everybody's not there for the same reason. You can't put everybody in the same pot. Yeah, there's a lot of motherfuckers over there breaking shit and doing dumb shit, but I'm not gonna say every last one of them racist, because that's bullshit. That would be talking out my ass. I ain't gonna say everybody motherfucking broke windows over there, because clearly they probably didn't. Yeah. Was there a lot of bad motherfuckers over there? Yeah, but can I put it's just like saying all black people are that look like me with dreads and shit like that. They don't have they're not good parents. They don't have no jobs. They sell drugs. They do all type of fuck shit. They rape women. What? That would be some bullshit. You can't put everybody in the same pot. It don't matter what race. It don't matter what religion. It don't matter if you're male or female. You can't put everybody in the same pot. And that's what I'm saying. When it comes to this motherfucker, clearly he made a lot of people feel some type of way. Cool, no problem. In the negative way and in the positive way. Cool, no problem. You feel me? We could care less on which opinion, you're going on. For, against, don't matter. But again, the whole point is, if this shit keep happening the same way like this motherfucker been in office, cool. Everybody feel like he did a bad job. Everybody feel like he did a bad job. Okay, terrible. So if he did a terrible job and this continues with the new office, what energy should people have?
And what if it don't? I could say ifs too. Well, we could play the what if game. And what if it don't? What if things start getting better? What if we got less racist shit going on? What if we got no people attacking the government? What if we got nobody calling football players that I watch son of a bitches?
You don't give a fuck about the government, Marcus. You could care less. You didn't care about what happened in Capitol. Like, come on, man. I know it's the first time you've seen it in history. I feel you, but
Do
you
I
didn't
care
lose
about
no
it?
sleep over that shit.
Yeah.
Just be real. You lost no sleep over that shit. Come on, man.
I didn't lose no sleep over it, but if somebody is really thinking about you know, becoming president and saying to themselves, "Hey, I can just do whatever the fuck I want," then you're leading this country into a fucking hole. You know, straight up.
So what do
Like
you call
I can do
what do
whatever
you
the
call
hell
going
I
to
want,
Vietnam? What
even
do you
if
call going to Vietnam?
we play
What do you
out the election and everything goes right, and I'm still gonna have my band, my radicals do what I want to do and kill people and vandalize shit, then nah, that's not what
So what do you
our
think
country's
about freedom of speech? You think you should have freedom of speech? I think you should have freedom of speech. And my whole thing is I don't like the way Facebook and Twitter don't ban them on social media because my whole thing is that's taking away freedom of speech. Right now somebody that people hate.
They can do whatever
Cool.
they
You
want.
know,
They businesses.
hold
They
on, hold
could
on.
ban anybody. Just like you could get banned from the club. A business can ban you straight up. Like if they don't like you or they don't like what kind of message you spewing out. If you saying, oh, death to all black people, then I have every right to take you off of my platform if I want to.
I haven't seen him do anything what you're saying.
I'm just saying that was
no,
example.
that was just an example, but I never seen anywhere close to that shit. So at the end of the day, like,
he called football players son of a bitches, right, for kneeling.
oh,
right?
That's his personal. Now,
but you good with that?
He's president.
You good with
when
that,
you're
though?
president, you should hold yourself a certain way.
Let me ask you: are you good with that? Are you good with him calling football players son of a bitches for kneeling? Let me ask you that.
I definitely disagree with that. Disagree with that. But that's his fucking opinion. It's his opinion. Just because I don't agree with everything that he say, that don't mean that, I'm just gonna say fuck this motherfucker. Like, come on, Marcus.
But if you're okay with that, that means you're okay with black people.
That's not see, because you gotta understand. I feel like the other motherfucker is green as fuck too. You remember I told you if there's
he's 10, not calling them son of a bitches.
No, let's just say Marcus. Let's just say Marcus is one side and he has 10 fucking things that he's gonna do when he's president or mayor or whatever like that. Let's just say his presidency since we're on the topic. If Marcus has 10 things, I hate Marcus, right? But Marcus has 6 things that I agree with. You feel me? But then you got the other one that I don't hate so much. I don't really fuck with him. But he only has, and I kind of like him, but he only has 5 things, 1 less thing, or 4 things, or 2 things. Who you think I'm gonna go on? Because my whole thing is when it comes to this government, like there's a lot of presidents that I like, and there's a lot of presidents I don't like. I'm gonna vote for the person that's gonna give me the 6 that's gonna change my life in the positive. I'm not gonna go with the person that has 4 things that he's a nice person, but he has 4 things that's good. One has 6, one has 4. I don't care. I don't trust both, but I'm gonna go on this one because he has 6. That's how I play politics because all they ask are liars.
It depends on the topics to me because if you say, hey,
that's true. I agree.
It depends on the topic. So if you support killing black people or you don't care as much as far as the death of black people,
I don't think that.
Let's say I don't know,
you think
something good.
So
let's say you support HBCUs, right? You support HBCUs, right?
Yeah, but he gave them motherfuckers 10 million. He gave them niggas 10 sponsorship for 10 years, and Democrats in office always gave them 1 year. You always have to come back to the table.
But you support law enforcement killing black people. I don't care about what you did for HBCUs.
Why would
I don't care about what you do at HBCUs. If you're not standing up for people like me just to live and walk around without fear of my life, then I don't give a shit what you do about it for an HBCU.
You know, we live in
that's the difference.
You know, we live in a Republican state, right? Republican governor, right? He appointed Tony when Tony, which is a Republican, not a Democrat, when he fired the motherfuckers for doing shit to black people, it was an upcry to take him out. They brought his past, so he killed somebody when he was young, even though it was legal. Like, what are you saying? Like, you got someone, and who is the number one sponsor for this nigga that people don't like? Our governor. The same thing that you're saying, your argument, how can you be behind somebody that supports people that kill black people? And he doesn't. You forgot I'm black too? And I'm giving you the example. The number one person that supports him, he motherfucking fired he fired their ass. When he seen that shit, when he was banging that jit head on the concrete, fired their ass. Going to we're doing our he's on paid leave and we're gonna do our investigation. And you know what happens? Nothing happens. It happens all the time. Tony ain't been doing that. Firing in their ass. The motherfucker that when the lady was having a baby in a correctional facility, and the two black correctional officers, she yelling for help. She having a baby. They never came. She had to deliver it herself. What did they do? What did Tony do? Fire their ass the same next day. You feel what I'm saying? So again, I hear your argument, but you're playing everybody in one bucket what we just say you can't do. You feel what I'm saying? So
I don't put just to put my political views out there. I don't side with a political party, per se. But Trump, I can't fuck with him. That's a dude I cannot.
And trust me,
just because you know me, I'm pro-black, bro. I'm pro-black as they come.
I am.
It's very hard to understand that you pro-black if you support Trump though, because he does not support
Ice Cube too. Trump. Because Ice Cube, when he came with that $1 billion package, and Trump heard it, and then he hollered at Biden, and Biden said, I don't want to hear that until after the election. I'm just saying, it's just certain things, you feel me? And then why I don't fuck with, I clearly
you can't do shit unless he's elected, right?
Me personally, I think he be touching jits. You know what I'm saying? In Haiti, you feel me? I know they be doing the sex trafficking shit because we have family members there. We Zos. We got family members there.
I've never heard of anything that you're talking about.
That's why I don't fuck with Hillary.
I never heard of anything that you're talking about.
I hear what you're saying. I
don't see it on the news. I don't see it on.
All right, Marcus. You remember, me. I'm gonna, you're my dog, so I'm gonna make sure when I come across that information, because I'm gonna make sure I try to find it.
And it better
I'm
be
gonna
from
send
a
it to you.
Source.
Don't be like,
from a reputable source.
See, from a reputable. What source make it reparable? All you need to do.
Hey, bruh, anybody can have a blog and create shit.
It's not even a blog. All you need to do is listen to what a motherfucker say. You know when it's bullshit. I mean, like, you can't just get swindled. If somebody's trying to finesse you from something that you're watching, you're gonna be like, man, there's some bullshit, man. I ain't trying to hear these motherfuckers. But if you hearing it and you're like, some kind of sense, let me go ahead and double back and see if I can go ahead and if this shit is true, let me go and that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying for you to say, oh, his shit is the Bible. Nah, I'm saying just take the time to be like, damn, let me listen to this motherfucker. You feel me? That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm not saying agree or disagree. I'm just saying sit down and okay.
But how much would it take to convince you though, Wes? Like, because
about what? About him?
First of all, about the damn election. 20 motherfucking lawyers, or maybe more than that. Like, how much more proof do you need that this shit wasn't rigged?
You should be telling them the same thing about the first election. Like, what do you mean? What other proof you need? You took it to court twice.
But they conceded, Wes. That's the difference.
No, they didn't.
Trump has never conceded to this day. just like Wilder, bro. To this day, he has still not conceded. But the thing about the Democrats, they conceded.
He still felt like he
more proof do you need?
Again. Why do you my whole thing is, why do people need validation from other people to feel like their opinion? Like, again, if Marcus has an opinion, Marcus could care less what the world thinks. It's what Marcus thinks. You feel me? I don't understand why people mad that that's his opinion. It's his. We could agree or disagree. You'll disagree, cool. I feel you. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But again, that's his opinion. So he should die because he has his opinion.
I'm not saying he should die. I'm not saying he should die, but he should concede and not try to insinuate other people that what his rhetoric is true. That's
them motherfuckers that's easily able to get manipulated like that. Them motherfuckers is dumb motherfuckers. We call them motherfuckers sheep motherfuckers, because ain't nobody gonna make me do nothing I ain't want to do. I tell you that straight point blank period. My homeboys want to rob a bank and I know I got a lot to lose and you feel me? I ain't on that. I ain't doing it. Ain't nothing you can tell me to make me change that. Same like you got certain people that have a certain religion. Them motherfuckers be knocking on your door and say this, that, and the other. You want to do this? Nah, I got my own. Again, it don't matter. People gonna have their own views, and it don't matter what people say. That's gonna be their views. You feel me? Like, point
Yeah,
blank.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I think we both have our own views on this topic, and I think we went like 30 minutes on it. We'll
Yeah,
just
man.
move
That's
on
why
to
I'm not trying to
sports.
talk about this shit.
You know, we could go on forever because, you know, I'm not even really that passionate about politics, but you know, when I smell bullshit,
ain't nobody
I gotta
passionate about.
say I'm smelling bullshit.
We
You
never
know,
been passionate
that's all.
about politics, but again, like I say, when it comes down to censoring people, even if you're saying go kill people, then I feel you. But if you're saying that you don't agree and you feeling like the shit was rigged, how is that that is your opinion. Those people that motherfucking agree with the opinion gonna like it, and those people that don't agree with the shit, man, this motherfucker always with bullshit. But it's his opinion. I don't think that you should go ahead and censor somebody for shit like that, because when it wind up being somebody that we like, remember they did it to Farrakhan. Now they did it to Newt Gingrich, or like that. Because
right.
I'm just saying.
All right, one more thing, dog. So we're both married, right? We both married.
Yeah.
Times we have arguments with our wife. I'm sure you had an argument or two with your wife, right?
You already.
And there's times where you was dead ass wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Don't lie.
Yeah.
So what you gonna do? What you gonna do, bro? You gonna admit that you wrong, or hold that shit in your heart until you fucking die that you was right and you was wrong?
Nah, you know what they say.
Because that's exactly what's happening. That's why you can't mend this relationship between America and politics, because you just can't let the shit go that you fucking lost and just move on. Be accountable for your actions and move the fuck on. People would respect you more if you did that.
Like again, your argument, you don't even care if he concede. You really, I know you. You don't care.
I really don't care. I really don't care if you concede or not. But it just shows how much of an asshole you are. That's what it is to me.
But again,
how much of an asshole you are, because you just refuse to concede.
Marcus, you really need it. You really
that was the last thing, but
you really needed
ahead.
Hold up, but you really
I had to get that off my chest.
No, but again, you really needed him not conceded for you to feel like he's an asshole. Like you didn't feel like he was an asshole, and other people felt the same thing. So again, why would you expect something different from an asshole? Don't.
True. That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a very good point.
But yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and switch it up, man. You feel me? Because damn, I'm over here starting. I need to put the AT down. That's how he sports. You feel me? It's like, you feel me? Like, but yeah, you already know what it is. Before we jump into anything, we're gonna welcome you back to the normal session of the MarcWes Sport Podcast. You feel me? Where we give it to you raw, uncut. You feel me? Help y'all make some money. Normally Marcus be introducing us, but it's a different day. You feel me?
Different day,
now,
New Year,
before we go ahead and jump on our topics, you already see the background. You feel me? Marcus got all about the you. You know what I'm saying? And you definitely got me over here with Tua Tagovailoa and Deshaun Watson. You feel
I
me?
really want to hear your opinion on this, because you've been one of the biggest Tua supporters.
Oh nah,
I've known.
I'm still
go
a Tua
ahead and
supporter.
Explain the background.
No. I'm still a Tua supporter, 100%. But you gotta understand, I'm a Dolphin fan first. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a loyal Dolphin fan first. And there's been rumblings that, first the Miami Dolphin players are saying that Tua, they don't see a future with him, or not a future with him, but they don't see the upside. You feel me? Now again, we could agree, disagree. I think Tua is gonna be the truth. You feel what I'm saying? Because again, our arguments. When it comes down to like what was you really gonna get from Tua this year? He was really technically supposed to sit the whole year. They wound up getting him some reps this year, gave him some shit under his legs, good. He wound up getting his first, second, third, fourth hit, even with Aaron Donald, the not defensive player of the year. That goes to our team. You feel me? X-Man. But you got the Incredible Hulk, and Aaron Donald hit him, got his first sack, got his first fumble. you know, and he came up. He stood back up, you know, and he kept it pushing. Now again, you got Deshaun Watson, considered top 5 quarterback in the NFL right now, had garbage, little to nothing, if not anything. You feel me? Yeah. And he still wind up losing by 1 point, 2 points, 4 points. You feel me? You was not getting blown out. You feel what I'm saying? He didn't get blown out like what we seen with the Miami Dolphins. You feel me? The last game. I still got a sour taste in my mouth. But again, Deshaun Watson said that he want to come to the Miami Dolphins. He say that he loves the owner that's into politics and trying to better the community as far as like black community, Black Lives Matter. Not necessarily Black Lives Matter, but shit like that. That's a good thing, you know. And we know Stephen Ross. You know, he's always is in the forefront for doing stuff to better the community as far as like politics with impoverished people or middle class people or whatever, or even colored people. So we know where he stands on that. Now again, we got the 3rd pick in the draft. The 3rd pick in the draft, before Deshaun Watson said what he wanted to say, you got Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith played with Tua Tagovailoa, you know, I think for 1 year, you know, before Tua came out. Cool, no problem, you know, and you know, we know that Tua needs some weapons. We know we already spoke on that, you know, on the last podcast. He needs some weapons. You know, we're not trying to get no damn offensive tackle. We want a dynamic player. We got the Texans' first pick. So me, if I'm the Dolphins player, I'm general manager, I'm like, yo, we got Tua. He's a 1st round pick. We got the 3rd pick in the draft, which is not even our pick. It's their motherfucking pick. We can give that shit right
ironically.
Back. Give a fuck. You feel me? And then we have the 18th pick. I'll give all that away with Tua. You know, Tua, 3rd.
You said with Tua?
Yes, got to. You got to understand.
Okay.
You see me.
That's what I wanted to get. That's what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear you say that you want to give Tua.
I don't want to. Really, I want to give them the 3rd. Not the 3rd pick, but Tua. You're gonna have to give him the 3rd pick. But Tua, I would have given Tua the 18th pick, and I would have gave him our 2nd round pick. Probably both 2nd round picks. I would have gave him that. But the reason why I know that's not gonna happen, because it's a top 5 generational player. You feel me? Somebody that's gonna have your franchise in playoffs for the last 15, 20 years. You know, Deshaun Watson is young, you know, been in the league only 3 years, you know, and he got trashed, and he's making shit taste good. You feel me? So again, I look at it like that. I'm like, well, Deshaun Watson, he has leverage. He has a no trade clause. He's disgruntled. He's doing exactly what James Harden is doing right now. You know what I'm saying? And he wind up getting traded off. So that's another thing we'll talk on later. But, you know, he holds all the cards. Even if they wanted to trade him somewhere else, he's going to be like, nah, I don't want to go to them motherfuckers. They trash. You feel what I'm saying? And they got to deal with a disgruntled player. He's not going to try to win you games. You seen what James Harden did the other day. He didn't want to be there. You know what I mean? And after that, they finally were like, man, I know we trying to do this, that, and the other. Let's just go ahead and trade him. And another thing, you know that it's real, because you got my dog Andre Johnson from the U. You see the background, you know what I'm saying? He said, yo, Deshaun Jackson, stay your ground. These motherfuckers be wasting motherfuckers' careers. You feel me? He named somebody. Somebody, and then this D-Hop, his old wide receiver that's balling this year, said, when Dre speak, niggas listen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you know that Andre Johnson is a classy motherfucker. You know?
Yeah. Andre Johnson barely say anything.
He barely say anything. He stayed quiet. You feel me? And for him to say, yo, leave. You feel me? Stand your ground. I know they signed. They want to go ahead and interview the enemy right now. You feel me? But that's after you done said, hey, you told them kick rocks. I don't want to be with y'all motherfuckers no more. Y'all told me y'all was gonna keep me in the loop with anything. And I know you got players and general managers, so they're gonna do what they want. You seen what Pat Riley did with LeBron. I feel you. But again, if you said that you're gonna keep me in the loop, keep me in the loop. You're going to do what you want, but just keep me in the loop. And you didn't even do that. So I can't trust you on that. You banned my motherfucking wide receiver. You got one of the greatest wide receiver in Texans history, Andre Johnson, saying kick rocks also. So, like, and you fired your head coach. That was the general manager. Got rid of everybody. You know, I don't know why they gave him the same power they gave Bill Belichick. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a guru too. No. So Tua, yeah, I fought with you, but again, if they trade you, cool. If they don't trade you, cool. But again, I'm talking as a fan. This motherfucker top 5. And people are gonna be like, oh, he's injury prone. He got injured in college and he got injured in the NFL with his knee. I'm like, Tua just came off a fucking hip injury. You feel me? So don't talk about motherfucking injuries and this, that, and the other. This motherfucker doing, again, he's making shit taste good. And I don't motherfucking like motherfucking shit on my hands or nothing. That's why we flush that shit down the toilet. So again, at the end of the day, when it comes down to Tua, I know I fuck with you, man. But it's up in the air.
Hey, I can't believe what I'm hearing, to be honest, you know, but I can believe what I'm hearing because I agree 100%, bro. Like 100%, I agree with that because I love Deshaun Watson. I loved him at Clemson. He's a winner. He's gotten better. I think as a passer, I think he had a problem with taking too many sacks earlier in his career. But like to your point, who was he playing with this year? Like nobody. And he was like the top 3, top 4 quarterback.
There you go.
I'm saying if you put like a defense, like Flores is building over there, we get some playmakers here and there. Wide receivers, like we already said, is a dime a dozen, and running backs. All we need is a running back and a receiver that's legitimate. We add that to the team. Whew, it'll be crazy. And Deshaun Watson is a player who I've seen here just work out. Like he's come down here, work out with some young high school quarterbacks. I seen him the past summer, and the other day he was wearing a Dan Marino shirt. You know, so he was wearing a Dan Marino shirt. So he's already feeling the vibes. He seemed like a Miami guy to me, and you know, yeah, I love Tua as well. But Tua right now, if you think about it, it's a risk. It's a risk right now. Yep. He's already been a risk from jump since the hip injury. You know, he was already a risk. They were already like, maybe we shouldn't draft him so high, but they took him anyway. And I love that they did. I still believe in Tua. I still believe that he's going to be a great quarterback, you know, but you're putting a belief next to somebody who's already there. He's already that guy. Deshaun Watson can win you a championship, you know, like the game last year, they were up against the Chiefs. They should have beat the Chiefs, but that Texans defense couldn't hold the Chiefs. I mean, what defense really could? They were doing that to everybody, so you can't really blame that loss on him, but he put his team in a position to win that game. And if you had a solid defense, who knows, maybe they would have been in the Super Bowl. And we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. So yeah, the Texans definitely a trash organization. They're you know, I hate to say this, but they're the Dolphins of old. You know, where we were very dysfunctional in those what's the dude's name? Jeff Ireland days, and the Joe Philbin days. Like we were dysfunctional franchise. We were laughing stock.
Joe Philbin said, "I got a whole bunch of." On 5s, 4s, and 3s. I need to see if we have a whole lot of 1s, meaning like, you know, like starters. And this, you saying this, like what the
which is ridiculous for him to say that. I can't believe he had the audacity to say some shit like that. And where the fuck is Philbin now? Probably not in the league, or he's probably an assistant somewhere. So that just, you know, tells you what kind of a dysfunctional franchise we used to be, but things are turning for the greater. And if we don't, and I also do want to make the point, like even if we don't get Deshaun Watson, it doesn't work out in our favor, or they decide to keep Deshaun Watson, I'm okay with what we got. You know, we still got a solid team. If we get Devontae Smith, like people forget that when Tua came into the game against Georgia in that championship game to win the championship game, guess who that ball was to win the championship game was to? It was to Devontae Smith. You know, so they already got chemistry because dude just threw the ball up. Tua just I don't know what the down and distance was, but it was something crazy because he had 2 sacks. There was no reason why they should have hit that play, but he threw it up. Devontae Smith ran under it, so they already have that chemistry. So that is something we can look forward to for the draft, because if they man, if they draft an offensive lineman, I am gonna be so hot, bro. I'm gonna be so hot if they draft the offensive lineman, draft Devontae Smith, which transitions me to this national championship game. This national championship game was not a game, it wasn't a game at all.
You said
It,
Ohio State was fraud. They didn't need to be there.
they weren't
They didn't
supposed
play
to be
enough.
there. They haven't played enough, just like you said. And Devontae Smith is a freaking beast. He's great. He's just fun to watch because dude is like small, my size, my weight, maybe not my height, but he's like my weight. And this dude is like out there balling. He's like running fast, but he doesn't look like he's even running fast.
It's like he's floating when he runs.
Yeah, the dude is just extremely quick. He's
You know who he runs
the
like?
best route runner in college football, and he catches the football. He doesn't. I barely ever see him drop any passes at all, except for the one that he injured his finger. It looks like he broke his finger on that play, and he caught 12 balls. He was in the first half dominating these fools. They had no answer for this kid, and I don't understand why Ohio State. Why didn't you have a person constantly spying on this dude? Make somebody else beat you. He won the Heisman. So don't act like you don't know who he is or what he can do. And they were just not spying on this guy. They let this guy run a fool. There were so many times this dude was just straight up running free. That third bomb that he caught, he was just running free, caught it like he was in practice. So it was just a terrible showing by Ohio State.
The crazy
I'm
thing.
sad that Saban and Alabama won another championship.
How the fuck are you gonna have somebody have close to 400 yards in the?
It's ridiculous. That's a video game shit. I be doing that shit in a video game. Like come on, man.
I couldn't believe it, but again, happy to go ahead and see that the game was the way it was, because I didn't need to watch the whole damn game. I watched a little bit of the game. It was out of hand early. My wife definitely loved it because, it's not the Dolphins.
Don't tell me she's an Alabama fan.
Nah, she doesn't really like football like that, unless she'll tolerate the Dolphins and UM, but teams that's not our teams, unless it's the Super Bowl, like she ain't really give a fuck.
Right. Same situation.
So in a time like that, when we finally it was finally a day where we could vibe. We had our day together, and then I didn't even mention the championship game because nobody really been talking about championship parties and different shit like that, because it was really COVID, nothing, because of COVID. So I was like, I turned it on the game, like maybe, she done went somewhere real quick, was doing something for like 5 minutes. She came back and the game was on. She looked at me like, I thought we were vibing. So yeah, man, trust me, the game, it was perfect for me. Watched what I needed to watch in the first half. I really was watching for Devontae Smith anyway. I didn't really like the way Waddle came in and injured himself after 3 plays.
Yeah, he shouldn't have even been in that game.
It could be a good thing for the Dolphins, man. People don't like drafting injured players, and I really think that Waddle was the one balling before he got injured. Devontae Smith really is a beast, but Waddle was the one really doing his thing before he injured himself. So it could be a way we could go ahead and get him at 3 and 18, because motherfuckers want to go ahead and pass on him, and then possibly could go ahead and just do the trifecta and just go ahead and get the running back from Alabama.
I was just gonna mention that. In the second round, we get Najee Harris. Come on, man. You'll have the whole Alabama trifecta: quarterback, wide receiver, and running back, because Najee Harris is a legit running back. He can catch the football. He caught the football with the 1 touchdown that he scored. Well, it might have been more than 1 touchdown he scored, but he did catch a catching one where he caught it on the sideline, made a move, dived into the end zone. But yeah, there's definitely opportunities for us to get the running back and receiver, because running backs usually are not
Reverse.
picked until like second round, and we got 2 second-round picks. So, you know, so we definitely have a chance, you know, to get all those players, and that looks great for the Miami Dolphins, you know.
What doesn't look great for the Miami Dolphins, you remember like I think 2 weeks ago when I was telling you that X-Man was thinking about asking for some more money. He hired the same guy that what was our DN that wound up going to, was it Cleveland or the Giants? I forgot his name. He went to Miramar. I forgot his name.
Oh, you're talking about from the U, Olivier Vernon?
Yeah, Olivier Vernon. So
Yeah.
Olivier Vernon, he hired Olivier Vernon's agent, the same agent that Olivier Vernon wound up hiring before he wound up leaving the Miami Dolphins. So you know what I'm saying? He wound up hiring that guy, and I hear that same guy has a bad relationship with our general manager. So you know what I'm saying? I know he's gonna be playing hardball. He's gonna be asking for the most. You know, he's
Hey man, we might get the quadruple, then get Patrick Surtain Jr. Man,
Yeah,
bring
that's what I
Jr.
was just
over.
about to say. I would say like I don't mind getting rid of X-Men and possibly getting Patrick Surtain Jr. because you're gonna wind up he's gonna be a first round pick, of course, but he's not proven in the NFL. Same like Tua. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know if it's going to transition. I do think he is going to transition because his dad is, you know, one of the greatest corners in Miami Dolphin history. So he's not going to lay an egg like Al Blades is doing for the University of Miami. But that's another topic. But, you know, we could go ahead and trade him. If you asking for all that money, all right, bro. We just signed you a 5-year contract, motherfucking possibly like 2 years ago. You got 3 years left contract. You already crabbing. Like, yo, at least maybe if you would be crabbing on year 4,
that would make more sense.
Then it'll make more sense. You crabbing right now, you know what I'm saying? And I really don't respect that shit. You feel me?
Either.
You know what I'm saying? Because my whole thing is you sign what you sign.
And we invested in you, you know?
And we invested in your ass. One, when your bitch ass motherfucker was beating on your dime and they motherfucking brushed that under the table. You feel me? They didn't release you. You seen what happened with Ray Rice. He's out the league. Dolphins stood behind your ass. And here go you right now about to say like, man, yeah, man, fuck y'all niggas, man. I know we say scream family and this is a team and this, that, and the other. But yeah, I'm getting paid good money. I'm getting paid like $16 million, $17 million a year. I want 20 million or 22 million. And they're going to fuck up the cap space. You feel me? We finally good on cap space. And here go you.
Yeah.
I don't respect.
Yeah. It's definitely disappointing to hear that. I didn't even know that he was trying to negotiate for more money, especially when we just gave you a contract, and we didn't give a lot of big contracts to anybody. We only gave really big contracts to the 2 corners that we have, Byron Jones and X-Man. For you to be, you know, crabbing, like totally agree 100%. You know, like Jarvis Landry was a player who stuck by us. He did not want to leave. It wasn't until his very last year of his contract, he was like, yeah, come on, man. I'm like, your whole offense, y'all need to pay me. So I understood Landry's beef at that point, and I understood why he had to go. But for a player like X-Man, who you just paid and you already crabbing about your contract, it's almost like the same situation with maybe not money wise, but with Minkah Fitzpatrick, where we just got you on this team and we believe in you, and you already crabbing, and you already know where Minkah Fitzpatrick is right now on another team.
Rocks, and you're out the fucking playoffs, bitch ass nigga. Now again, so that's gonna go ahead and have us transition into what I really wanted to talk about. And you remember, I was happy. I was like, I want his ass to get kicked out of the fucking playoffs. Eliminated the very first round. You feel me? We both said that you guys was frauds, and the Cleveland Browns. Remember the ones that said same old Cleveland, the same
the
old
Browns is the Browns.
The Browns is the Browns. Yeah, the same old Browns that tap that ass. You feel me?
Man. That was actually a fun game to watch for me, man, because, you know, like you, I love watching Baker Mayfield play. He's just a fun quarterback to watch, like Brett Favre used to be. Like, I wasn't a huge Brett Favre fan, but he was just fun to watch, you know, because he would make plays, you know, he would just fire it down the field. And it was just fun to watch because, like, the Steelers were just like, they were steel that was being melted by fire. That's kind of how I felt watching that game. Uh, I'm glad that they're out of the playoffs because now everybody include not everybody, but you and I been calling this team frauds from like I don't know week 10. We've been calling this team frauds, and first round they're out of the playoffs, and a good riddance to them, and kudos to the Browns executing because all they did was just play their game. Their game is take their chances when they can, use their running game. They two legitimately good running backs that they have, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. It's kind of a crime to have those two running backs in the backfield like that. And they did it without OBJ, who I'm not a fan of at all. I'm not a fan of Odell Beckham Jr. I think he was kind of hurting that team, altogether. He's one of those diva receivers. He's the epitome of a diva receiver to me. And he got hurt. Him getting hurt earlier in the season, to me, I think was a blessing in disguise for the Browns because I think a lot of the times Baker Mayfield was trying to force the ball to him, and it would cause interceptions, rifts in the offense, and then all of a sudden he's gone. Jarvis Landry becomes the guy, and he is more of a team guy. He doesn't care, about stats so much. He will go across the middle and take the hit, and he becomes the guy. And I'm just happy that happened for the Browns. I'm not a fan of the Browns, but this is a team that hasn't won since '95.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
and it's just like us. It's like the '90s are coming back. Like Buffalo is good. The Browns are good. Dolphins are good. It's like the '90s are coming back, baby.
Okay, agree with all the points that you just made. You feel me? Definitely was thrilled. We popped champagne when y'all lost.
Yep.
And the Dolphins maintained the undefeated season. And I ain't popped no champagne, but I definitely poured me a little drink. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Behind y'all losing. So, and I felt good that Micah Fitzpatrick lost. I was trying to look at where he was at in the field, and I'm like, I couldn't see him when he was in the Dolphins uniform. I noticed him everywhere. He was like everywhere, literally. And him with the Pittsburgh Steelers on that game, I didn't see him. He kind of vanished. As far as with Antonio Brown was saying, now Antonio Brown wasn't crazy. Ben Roethlisberger, burglar, allegedly.
Yeah.
You can't throw the ball. Your ass when you was selling out about AB, like how you putting your hands up and you throwing the motherfucking ball on the ground. You throwing the ball, at people's feet, at the lineman's feet. But you're at me crazy and this, that, and the other. Now, Antonio Brown, I don't condone everything that he done, It's cool.
Right.
Personally,
he's still home team.
He's still home team, but I haven't really heard too much about Antonio Brown until he wind up having his rumblings with the Pittsburgh Steelers. You feel me? And then from there, it just went haywire. I don't understand how you can keep somebody that's so disgruntled or dysfunctional under the wraps for so long. You see OBJ, like he can't keep it under the wraps. Everybody know that he's a problem. You feel me? First year was it the first or the second year? Probably the second year. When he made that catch, he started feeling himself, then he wound up being a problem. AB, he always was a beast. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's ironic that Ben Roethlisberger was complaining about AB, and where's AB at right now? Still in the playoffs. He was complaining about Le'Veon Bell. Where's Le'Veon Bell right now? Still in the playoffs. So it's funny how karma, shows his head. And Ben Roethlisberger, by the way, I think this is the end of the road for Ben Roethlisberger. I don't see you really coming back after the season that you had, because you could barely move, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, and they're depending on you to throw how many times a game? You have no running game. Like the Pittsburgh Steelers usually have a good running game, and they usually have a solid O-line, and they still got one of the Pouncey twins, but I'm not sure what happened to the running game, but without a running game, Ben Roethlisberger is average.
Certainly.
And you saw that in the second half of the season. So I think him, just like a couple of other quarterbacks, I think it's the end of the road. You should just retire. You had a great career. You got 2 rings. You're one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. You top 15 maybe. Something like that at least. And that's a great career. That's a lot. That's a career that a lot of other quarterbacks can't say they had. So Big Ben, it's been nice knowing you. You had some run-ins with the law allegedly. But it's the end of the road right here, and it was fun to see it on Sunday night.
Yeah, definitely retire. Like you said, you're gonna have. I mean, why retire when you're like a shell of yourself? See, that's why I kind of like the way Dwayne Wade retired. He retired, and people are like, damn, you still have like another 2 more years. Like you could play. You know what I'm saying? I don't want if I'm one of these great players, I don't want to see you when you're like a shell of yourself. See, like MJ, like we don't talk about when he was with the Wizards. Like fuck when he was with nah,
we try to forget about that shit actually.
it was like it's not like he was horrible, because I'm pretty sure he was still better than a lot of these players that was in the league. But he was not MJ. When you see greatness, you know what it is. You feel me? Not you was an A+ student, valedictorian. Now your ass is a B+ student. Or not. We know what it is. But yeah, man.
We're running pretty long on time. So I say we just jump into the picks.
Yeah. I mean, what picks you talking about? The picks of for the divisional or for what? All right. So
for the divisional, we got Packers, Rams, and Bills, Ravens on Saturday.
The Packers and the Rams game. I'm not gonna say too much on that, because I know it's gonna be a blowout. And the Packers are gonna destroy the fucking Rams. Why? Fucking Aaron Donald's not 100%. He fucking tore cartilage in his rib. You feel me? I was listening to ESPN before, and somebody on ESPN had that same injury. Like maybe like he still was dealing with it till this day. Like, you feel me? Because it happened like 2 days ago. You feel me? He was like, well, my shit happened 2 weeks ago, and my shit still hurt. His happened like 2 days ago or 3 days ago, and I'm pretty sure it still hurt. He made a lot more muscle and this, that, and the other than me, but I know it hurts. So just because you don't have him, it's over. You could go ahead and put Ramsey on Devontae, not Smith, Devontae Adams. Go ahead and put it on Devontae Adams. Shut him down. But again, Aaron Rodgers has been doing it without him all year. It doesn't fucking matter. You feel me? Right. And you going in the fucking cold. Like we in Miami, we scared to walk to the car to go get something when it's like 58 or 60 degrees. You know what I'm saying? So again, when it comes down to it, I think that you got Aaron Donald injured. That's your best defensive player, even though you got Jalen. You got your quarterback with an injured finger somewhere. One of your fingers, your thumb was broken. And quarterbacks need that. He didn't look too bad last week, but shit, he probably re-injured that shit, or I don't know how his fingers was looking after the game. Because you gotta understand, when you hiking the ball, like, come on, like that's just hitting your thumb all game. So just because you're not 100%, and I really didn't like your offense to keep up with Green Bay, even when you're healthy, I just feel like it's over, because if you don't have somebody to give Aaron Rodgers that little pass rush and have him hurry the fuck up, then it's over. And he runs.
Yeah. I totally agree. And I totally agree with everything that you said, and I agree with the Packers winning this game. But it's really just 2 words for me that is the difference in this game, and that's Aaron Rodgers. This dude has been having a crazy season, low key though. Like we kind of barely been talking about Aaron Rodgers, because I guess we're kind of used to him being great. But dude has 3 interceptions or 2 interceptions all year?
Modern age like Dan Marino. Modern age Dan Marino. You remember when he did the fake spike over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only two people. Come on, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, I think, is gonna eat this defense up, especially with that news that you said. I heard that Aaron Donald was hurt, and I saw a report that he said that he feels great. Obviously, he's gonna say that anyway, but he's a D lineman though, and the thing about a D lineman is that you don't always watch what's going on the line, and these offensive linemen, knowing that, they're gonna punch his gut. They're gonna like make sure he feels whatever pain he's feeling in his ribs. They're gonna make sure that he feels it every play. And yeah, Aaron Rodgers knowing that, and Aaron Rodgers is not a sit in the pocket quarterback anyway. So even if Aaron Rodgers, if Aaron Donald was 100%, I would imagine that they're going to scheme around him, and Rodgers is going to find a way to make plays. And yeah, they're going to focus on Devontae Adams. You already know that's going to happen. But Aaron Rodgers has been doing it with no receiver for how long already? He's been doing it forever, bruh. Like, I can't even name you 5 great receivers or even 3 that he's had throughout his whole career. So, and he has a Super Bowl ring. I couldn't name you, well, maybe Donald Driver, and he was just okay. That's the only receiver I can really think about that was even remotely good.
Have the belt, like pretend like he had the belt. Something Mitchell, Freddie Mitchell.
I don't know, but I put my trust in Aaron Rodgers all day. And yeah, I agree with you about the cold weather. They're used to it. These dudes live in LA. Their weather is probably even better than ours because we get rained on a lot. They don't get rained on as much as us. So they living in probably even better weather, and they're gonna go to Greenbay, Wisconsin, where Aaron Rodgers is obviously used to it. He's from Cali, but he's used to it by now. I mean, yeah, I see Green Bay winning. I don't think they dominate, but I think it's a comfortable win. They win by 10 points or more. Green Bay gonna win that game against the Rams.
28 to 21. I think they win by 7 points. If they win by 10, cool. But I think they're going. Aaron Rodgers is gonna get to 28. I know that for a fact.
I think they're gonna get more than that because I feel like their running game's underrated. I think 34-20, something like that. Packers win. So the other game on Saturday is the Bills and the Ravens, which is a great game. Finally they did it right by I think that's the late game. So they did it right this time instead of last week where they had Washington and the Bucks, which I didn't even watch that game.
But they did that on purpose. You remember what I told? I don't know if it was you. I was telling on my homeboy. Like, you really wanted to have the rest of the night to vibe.
To just chill and vibe. Yeah.
So we didn't have to watch that. So just watching those early games, you was fresh, whatever errands you had to run in the morning, you got that out the way, came home, and boom, you got a perfect game early on. So that was perfect for me. Even the Ravens game that they just won last week, that was a good time for me at 1 o'clock. I was like, I was living my life.
Yeah, it was a great game. And speaking of the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, bro, he's it's almost like he doesn't realize how much of a cheat code he is, because he's a decent thrower. He's underrated as far as throwing the football, but I think he forgets how dynamic he is running the football. Because once he makes that decision in his head to like, okay, I'm just gonna I'm back in high school in South Florida, and I'm just gonna take off and run on these boys. Once he makes that decision in his head, like, he is second to me to Michael Vick as far as how dynamic he is running the football from the quarterback position. So I think he's only 24 too. I think we forget like how young the young boy is, and he's gotten better year after year. This year, he won his first playoff game against Tannehill and the boys. Finally, that offense got figured out that you got to, contain Henry as much as you can, make Tannehill beat you, and he didn't beat the Ravens defense. So the Ravens, as much as I just talked them up just now, as much as I love Lamar Jackson, I'm a big fan of the boy from down here in Pompano Beach. I just don't think they have enough to beat the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills, to me, I think is my favorite right now to make it to the Super Bowl. Just because of their balance. They have really good balance. Yeah, I think they did lose one of their running backs, but they still got Devin Singletary, who's from Delray. Um, I think they have enough balance on that team. And you gotta love what you see from Josh Allen. Josh Allen, and Josh Allen gives you hope about Tua too, by the way.
Yeah,
Because the progression that he made from year one to year two, right now he is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. You can't doubt it. He's
like
top five. He's a top five receiver. I mean, top five quarterback. Like only Mahomes, maybe Watson, and Aaron Rodgers, you could say are playing better than him or are better quarterbacks that you probably pick over him.
he's like
So to me, I think is going to be in the difference in this game. Although Lamar Jackson has made some progress throwing the ball, I don't think he's there yet as much as Josh Allen is in this year. And I think they win a close game, 27-24. Bills win Saturday night.
I feel the same way. I think it's gonna be the same kind of outcome, win by a field goal. I think Baltimore's gonna be struggling.
Really?
GLD. I don't see it. You feel me? Because my whole thing is, like you said, Lamar Jackson, he don't know like he's a cheat code. So he be trying to like pass it, whereas like if you just ran, you would get the 6 yards or the 8 yards or even a first down, and you don't even need to worry about it. But my whole thing is, I think that he listened to what everybody's been saying, because he spoke on that, before. He's like, everybody say that, he ain't that serious because he ain't won a playoff game. But, they wasn't saying that about Baker Mayfield and all these other people. That goes back to what we're speaking on with politics and shit not being fair for certain people, which is understandable. We know what it is. Sometimes we got to work a little harder than the next man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is what it is. But in regards to Lamar Jackson, I think that, the same problem they said that Tua had. Like, he wasn't throwing the receivers open, or he would wait until the receivers really open. That means that they're not open no more because the defender's right there. And that's been really Lamar Jackson's problem is, his anticipation to where the ball should be compared to where he's throwing the ball. Now, I think he's the truth, man. Greatest running quarterback that I've seen ever. And Vic I used to pick Vic on Madden, cheat code. You know what I'm saying?
The original cheat code.
Original cheat code, and then CJ on 2K, Chris Johnson, cheated with him too, But again, I think that the Buffalo Bills is like a better all-around team. Baltimore defense is suspect as fuck. I know people want to build them up like they're great. They're kind of like fucking the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. They just lucky that they got Lamar Jackson. Because if they didn't have Lamar Jackson and they had somebody else, even if it was a good quarterback, I don't think they would have made playoffs. You know what I mean? I think Lamar Jackson, got him out of a lot of situations with his legs. And if you take him off that team, like what good things can you really say? Because I can't really say too much good things about the Ravens if they don't have Lamar Jackson. Sit for a second. Can you tell me? Because I can't.
No? I mean, yeah, just him and the rookie running back they got, J.K. Dobbins, but that's pretty much part of the running game anyway.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And I could clearly say that he's benefiting also from Lamar Jackson because, everybody's scared of him. They're not scared of J.K. Dobbins. You came from Ohio State, but people are not scared of you. They're scared of the option because of Lamar. But again, I think this is gonna be the Ravens gonna try to come back in the end, but it's gonna be kind of like what the Cleveland Browns did to Pittsburgh Steelers. Dominated in the first half, 28-0, and then we're just playing against the clock right now. So yeah, Lamar Jackson, you're gonna have to do your thing early because if you get behind early, you're a running team. That time is not on your side. So I see you losing. I see you losing by possibly 10 points, possibly 2 touchdowns, but I'm going to go with the politically correct, I'm going to go ahead and say y'all going to lose 28-24, by 4 points, 1 point less than Marcus, but still, I think that the game, the score is not going to show you what really happened. And I think y'all really got dominated the whole game. And now, they're conserving their players for next week and y'all trying to make a game out of it. You already say you're going to get your contract. This is a contract year, I think, for Lamar Jackson. He proved that he can run. He should prove that he could pass. He's reigning MVP, not the reign MVP this year, but he's the only player to have, I think, 1,000 yard rushing and 1,000 yard passing in NFL history for the last 2-3 years. So you get your thing, you're gonna do your thing, but y'all gonna lose. And
yeah, just like you said, this team is not built to come back, and that's kind of the other reason why you got to go with the Bills in this game, because you can game plan against the Ravens. You can figure out a scheme to shut them down. As long as you don't give up no big plays to Hollywood Brown, as long as you don't give up, those type of big plays, and you keep Lamar Jackson relatively in check, just like how they did with Derrick Henry the week before, you can win this game and you can shut them down. And I just think the Bills are just more balanced. They don't have a lot of weaknesses. And that's why they're still my favorite to make it to the Super Bowl. A team that has come back a lot last season was the Miami Hurricanes. I do want to touch a little bit about the Hurricanes and what's happening with the transfer portal this week, because remember, we was just talking about how the Canes need to get players that are from different places, and I'm starting to really understand how we can win another championship trophy that's behind me right now. And I don't think we can, recruit maybe on a level of Alabama or maybe even Ohio State. We can probably get close to a Clemson because they're in our conference. But if you think about it, LSU won a championship last year, right? With a transfer quarterback. And we have a transfer quarterback coming back next year that potentially is going to be in the Heisman race next season. So if we continue to recruit like we recruit and dominate this transfer portal, because bruh, like the 3 players that we got from the transfer portal, 2 of them are going to the league, are going to be in the draft, and one of them, is going to be a Heisman candidate next year. And then this week we got a defensive end from Tennessee who was originally from the crib, and then we also have like what we were saying before, we got a receiver from Texas.
It was Texas or it was Oklahoma?
Well, he's originally from Texas, but yeah, he was from Oklahoma, the school. Okay. So if they continue to do that, I feel like they have a chance to possibly win a natty in maybe a couple of years. I'm not going to say next year is the year, because, I would be just being a fan saying that, especially since we got Alabama as our first game of the season, which, maybe we catch Alabama because they're going to be losing their quarterback. They're going to lose their receiver. They're going to be losing 2 receivers, their quarterback, the running back. Their defense is getting their defensive back, their best defensive player. All these other players, to be honest, not as good, because some of them I know. Some of them, like Xavier Williams, he's not that good. Tiao Jones-Bell from Carroll City, he's good, but he's not like these receivers that are about to leave. He's not a Waddle. He's not like a Devontae Smith. So I think they have a chance to be competitive in that game. Maybe if injury happens in there, maybe they have a chance. Maybe that's the fan talking. But, I think in a couple of years, if they continue to have 2, like another solid recruiting class like they did last season, where you're able to get at least 2 5-stars and then bring in at least 5 transfer, because I really think their O-line is going to be really good next year. It's going to be their best O-line in probably 15 years. I'm serious. Like, their O-line next year is going to be legit. And you got Harley coming back. He's just another receiver. You got Rambo coming into the fold. You got to think he's going to do something. Now what I'm really concerned with, which is not something that we should be concerned with as Hurricanes fans, is the defense.
That's just
like we need linebackers, bro. We need legitimate corners. We need defensive backs.
You're not gonna
until we get elite players on that level. We still gonna be struggling to beat teams like North Carolina.
We're not gonna get them. We need to get these motherfucking linebackers. That's like I told you, like 6'2", 6'3", 215 pounds already. Our linebackers be like 175, 190. You feel me? Yeah. 6 feet. You got speed, but you can't muscle shit. You can't do nothing. You feel me? So same thing when it comes to our D linemen. You see teams like Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson. They look like NFL players. Our players look like they in college, but shit. You just see how small our players look when we go play these other schools, and you just like, damn, and we don't even can maintain those recruits to stay here. So everybody's getting the speed. Speed ain't just in Miami no more, or in the Tri-County, or in Florida. It's everywhere. Everybody I understand that the Canes, we're gonna struggle next year. I know we're gonna lose the first game. Why? We lost both our DNs. We have a quarterback that is gonna be coming back from an ACL tear. You got another quarterback that went into the transfer portal. You got Brevin Jordan. He's going to the draft. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of
question marks
on our team. To see like if we if we can go ahead and do something better. But it is what it is. The Canes,
no matter, they got to keep working that transfer portal, man.
Keep working that transfer portal, and it's all good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and transfer back to the NFL and jump on I'll save the Cleveland and Chiefs games for last. Why? Because it's a better topic. So I'll just go ahead and jump on the Buccaneers versus the Saints. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you already know who I'm going for. I'm going for the Saints. Why? Because I can't stand Tom Shady. You're still a New England Patriot. I don't give a fuck if you're in a new uniform. You feel me? You always have ties to the evil empire and cheating. So I'm always going to root for you to lose. Now, AB, sorry, I want you to have one, especially to snub Big Ben, and show him that, it was your bitch ass fault. You feel me? We could have had more rings if your ass motherfucker had an arm, but or if you was not a burglar, allegedly. But again, I think that the New Orleans Saints can go ahead and destroy the Tampa Bay Bucks. Why? Because Tampa Bay, they've been looking suspect all year too. They kind of been looking suspect like Pittsburgh, not too much, but just as much. Because if you're talking about the GOAT, if you're talking about the cheat code, the cheat team that we said, you remember in the beginning, damn, how can you beat Tampa Bay with all these people? Then you add AB, and then you did. We was gassing it up. Like, we both was like, yo, what's going on? And look, yeah, you made it to the playoffs, but you're a wild card. You're injured. You have you're not going in there healthy. You lost your one of your wide receivers. Fournette, he came through. He started doing his thing last week. Okay, cool, no problem. You always know that you need a running game in the playoffs in December to go into January. But it's Tom Shady. You know what I mean? I feel like if you give him pressure, he's not like Aaron Rodgers. You give Aaron Rodgers pressure, he's gonna run out the pocket or he's gonna start scrambling on you. No, Tom Brady's gonna move forward, backward, side, and if you could get him with that, that's what it is. And they got the perfect defense to do that. They've been dominating your ass all year anyway. They beat y'all twice. They dominated you with the defense to beat y'all twice, and they got a quarterback that's holds the passing record yard wise in the league. I'm saying in Drew Brees. So Yeah, Drew Brees came in, he came, I think he probably came like a week or two earlier. If they would have won the Eagles game, I think you probably wouldn't have seen him until probably the playoffs. But he's back. And I think a 80% on Drew Brees or 90% on Drew Brees is better than fucking Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady was a great system quarterback. He was put in the right spot. You had one of the greatest cheating coaches of all time. And if you know what the defense is running because you cheated, then of course you're gonna motherfucking make the pass. Of course you're gonna do this, that, and the other. We know Tom Brady don't know how to throw the deep ball as accurate as anything else. Of course, you wouldn't notice that because like he got all these rings. But hey, it is what it is. I think that it's gonna be a not a blowout. It's gonna be a close game, but I think it's gonna be 34-24 New Orleans Saints.
I actually think the Saints will blow the Bucks out, because I feel the Bucks they're pretenders to me, like the Steelers are pretenders.
Like we
They're just I just don't see them. They don't have enough balance offensively, and if you're depending on an old quarterback, just like Roethlisberger, you're depending on an old quarterback to win you this game, it's not going to happen. They're not spring chickens anymore, and just like Drew Brees is not a spring chicken either, but he's got more balance. He's got Kamara, who's a freaking beast in that backfield. He's got a backup quarterback to come in there, to throw the defense off balance. And those two factors to me is going to be critical. And I think the Saints defense is a better defense than the Bucks as well. So I think the Saints, they take care of business in this game. I believe they're going to be at home. Yeah, they are going to be at home. Obviously no crowd. That crowd would have been lit if there was a real crowd in the Superdome. But I think the Saints handle this game. It's a classic matchup, obviously, between two of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game in Drew Brees and Tom Brady. But this is really not about them. It's about their team. And if you look at their team, top to bottom, the Saints have a better team. And I think it's going to be very similar to that Cleveland Browns game. I feel like New Orleans is actually going to jump out to a big lead in this game. Tampa Bay may make some touchdowns to kind of make this close. Because, Tom Brady could still sling it a little bit, just like Roethlisberger made it close, somewhat close in that game, made it somewhat watchable. It wasn't like a total blowout, but I think it's a similar game like that. I think it's a game where they just move Kamara around. Kamara is really going to be the difference. I think Drew Brees not going to have a spectacular game, just not going to make mistakes to lose the game because he's a veteran quarterback. But yeah, I think the Saints easily move on to the next round, and they would face the Green Bay Packers, according to our picks, which I think is going to be another classic matchup. And we'll see what happens there. But the last game on the docket is the Browns and the score in that game. Shit, I think it's going to be. I think they're going to hit the 40s, bro. I think they're going to hit 41. I say 41-28. 41-28. The Saints win that game. I just think that their offense is going to click. They're going to jump out to a big lead, and then it'll be back and forth in the second half. But, Bucks are just going to not have enough because Brady can't move, bro. It's not like he can get out of the pocket, and that pass rush is going to get to him. He's going to turn the ball over. 41-28.
Yeah, that motherfucker happened, after, people retire and shit, and they talk about, oh, you're the GOAT. And I'm like, nigga, I don't whoop your ass in the fucking playoffs. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Last game, the Browns and Chiefs, which is should be a fun game because the Chiefs are suspect on defense. Let's not think like the Chiefs are straight up world beaters and they're just going to dominate every team because they haven't been doing that. Like they've been close in games. But yeah, and the Cleveland Browns are a team built to keep it close. they're actually built to beat them. But I don't have the guts to really pick them to win this game because, I just trust Patrick Mahomes over Baker Mayfield right now. Love Baker Mayfield. Everybody knows he's my boy. But I just don't have the guts to bet against the Chiefs with a week of rest. You had a week to watch this team and see how they play against the Steelers. The Browns are not one-dimensional. Obviously, you got Baker Mayfield who can throw the ball well enough to win the game. You got a solid running game. Their defense, which they'll probably get some guys back because the Browns defense, let's make that point too. The Browns defense wasn't even 100%. So that game could have actually been worse. They were missing their two corners. Their starting corners weren't in the game.
Offensive coordinator.
Their head coach. It was their head coach, bro.
His coach.
Their head coach wasn't in this game, bro. The head coach couldn't even, he was in his basement watching the game. So, the Browns, gotta love, they're a great story. I'd love, if they beat the Chiefs, great, because I don't care about the Chiefs winning. They already won last year. Good for them. So if the Browns win, I'd be happy. But to pick them, if I was betting money, I wouldn't pick them, or I'd stay away from this game, or maybe bet the over on this game because I think this is going to be a high-scoring affair. I think it's going to be back and forth. Although the Browns have a pretty good defense, Chiefs have a better offense than that defense. So, this is, to me, is going to be a shootout, probably one of the best games of the weekend besides the Ravens and the Bills game. So I would say 37-33 Chiefs win the game. 37-30 Chiefs win.
Crazy thing is I want to go with Kansas City, but I don't want Kansas City to win. I don't like it. Like, for real. Like, I just don't like that team. I don't like their
What's not to like about them?
No, I like Patrick Mahomes. You feel me?
Patrick
I like
Mahomes.
the players.
I like the coach, Andy Reid,
I like
Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce.
I don't like their jerseys. I don't like their state. I don't like that. You feel me?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't like their jerseys either. That red and yellow is annoying to watch.
So and not just that, but I'm tired of people talking about Patrick Mahomes like his shit don't stink. His ass, we already said their team always starting off slow. You feel me? It's like, all right, we're playing against these scrubs. Man, we'll beat them. And that's the reason I want them to have that same mind frame when they're playing the Cleveland Browns. Because look, Patrick Mahomes, you can't do shit if Chubb got the ball. If they're running it down your throat, Chubb and Hunt running down the ball. Look, and not just that, you feel me? We know they got a good possession receiver in Landry. You know they got a good quarterback that is accurate and on Baker Mayfield. You know what I'm saying? Baker Mayfield is accurate. Fucking Tua is accurate. Then you got motherfucking Murray that is accurate. So again, regardless of the fact, I think the Cleveland Browns gonna go ahead and dominate this game. I'm like,
Cleveland Browns gonna dominate?
They're gonna dominate the whole game. Kansas City's gonna go ahead and score, but they're not gonna be working the clock like that. They're gonna score, but it's gonna be off some bullshit. The same thing like happened with the Dolphins when our safety got injured, and then here you go, a bomb, 50-yard play. It's Cleveland Browns gonna beat them with the possession time, grinding it out, getting
I can see it happening. You make me want to change my pick, but I can see it happening. I can see
like grinding it out, and I think it's gonna be a close game, but who's dominating? Cleveland Browns gonna be dominating, and they still got a chip on their shoulder because everybody says Cleveland Browns is the same old Cleveland. And I have conspiracy theories, has nothing to do with politics, but I'm looking at it like, same like with Des Bryant. When we about to play Dallas Cowboys, I'm on the field practicing. Now I got COVID. Why? Because you don't want me to get my revenge with the owner and the Dallas Cowboys? That's one thing. Then you got motherfucking Baker Mayfield. Nobody wanted to see Cleveland make the fucking playoffs rather than me. I wanted them to make the playoffs because I'm tired of seeing the same people in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah.
Period. I know my team is not in there, but I want to see somebody different. I do not want to see Kansas City in the finals. I don't want to see it in the championship. I don't want to see Tom Brady. I don't want to see these people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see motherfucking Drew Brees. I don't want to see him. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind Aaron Rodgers because he's normally not there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he made it one time, but he's normally not there at the Super Bowl.
I mean, I can see Drew Brees.
I wouldn't be mad about that. I'm tired of hearing New Orleans Saints bitch ass saying they cheated or this, that, and the other, and then you make it the next year and there's some other bullshit. And they gotta we came up with this pass interference challenge behind Joe ass, and
that was some bullshit.
It was a pass interference. But again, regardless of the fact, crybabies, I'm tired of hearing from them. You know, I don't hate you. You may have a valid point, but I don't want to see you no more. Like, I'm tired of seeing the same people for the last 20 years in the playoffs. It's boring. You feel me? Just to play. I don't even like the Buffalo Bills, but I like seeing them in the fucking playoffs. I like seeing Cleveland. You feel me? I like seeing Tennessee in the playoffs. Y'all barely ever make it there. So just the fact that it's showing me that the game is changing, the power in conference is changing, and so I'm looking at it like the Cleveland Browns is gonna motherfucking make people be like, yo, they just eliminated the fucking Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm gonna be talking a lot of shit because, especially with Baker Mayfield, because people doubt this kid, and I've been on Baker Mayfield ever since he was in college, bro. Like, I've been on him. I was just like, man, this kid's gonna be good.
So, like motherfuckers that celebrate like him. We like that bravado. We like that shit. Swag. You feel me? So again, trust me, man. I want Cleveland to win. I think they're gonna win. I think they're gonna win 30, not even. Matter of fact, let me take that away because I feel like they grinding out the game. It's going to be 34-32. 34-30.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like the Cleveland Browns is going to go ahead and win that game.
All right. I hope it happens, bro. I hope it happens because it'd be just fun to watch. And, you know, like you, I like to see a little bit of parity. Let's see some different teams up in there, bring it back to the 90s when everything was great in the 90s, baby.
Exactly.
All right. So yeah, no real Benjamin report this week because, you know, it's the off season, but we do have the Florida versus Georgia game coming up this weekend. So I have something for you, next week. So I'm going to watch some film within the next couple of days of some players as well. A lot of kids getting offers. So nothing really from the Benjamin report. So tune in for that in the next couple of episodes. All right.
What about them 7-on-7s that you did? Who any
Oh yeah, I was at I'm glad you mentioned that shit. South Florida Express, which is one of the teams that always wins national championships in 7-on-7. I did have a chance to go there, and I seen a couple of players out there. The quarterback from American Heritage, Blake Murphy, was out there throwing dimes to a lot of different receivers. I mean, I haven't broke down, all the video that I have, but that team is going to be great again. Once we get to the tournaments, which I'm sure we're going to have. If we have football games, of course, we're going to have tournaments, even though it's COVID season. But yeah, South Florida Express looks strong once again. Hotbed's going to have a team. Of course, Fire is going to be in the mix as well. But yeah, there's a lot of great players. I actually got a list. So let me go to my list and see just so I can name drop some players that I've seen out there that day. But Earl Cup, Nate Rodriguez, Chance Robinson, Jeremiah Smith, Josiah Smith. I mean, this player is on the 15U team, so he's just coming into the game on 15U. So he's like freshman, sophomore. I really like what I've seen from him. He should be an absolute beast.
He is. You know why? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Sometimes when I hear certain players, you can say their name, and it sounds like a name that needs to be famous or in the league. You know what I'm saying? So when you say Josiah Smith, I'm already thinking like it sounds like an NFL ready name. So I haven't even seen him.
Yeah, him and CJ Bailey is also a player that's a quarterback, tall quarterback. He's got to be at least 6'4". I'm not sure what school he's gonna be at, because kids transfer schools all the time, but he's another player to really look out for. Like I said, in the next couple of weeks, I'll kind of break down more players we should be looking out for to be on the Hurricanes and just being on, um, just watching these 7-on-7s and different combines because it's the off season. So things calm down a little bit. So you gotta see, what kind of talent is really out there and who's going to be great for this upcoming football season in the fall. All right. So that pretty much wraps the MarcWes Sports Podcast for this week. We ran a little long, talked a little politics, but it's all good. So to the next episode. Peace.
Peace.